Hello, everyone. Welcome to Financeology 101. Class is now in session. The information provided during this podcast is just that information. You will need to do further research to address your specific situation. Enjoy the session. Welcome, everyone, to another session of Gifted Generations Presents Financeology 101. I'm one of your hosts, Robin Seegers, and the other host is.
Elroy Seegers.
Okay, this topic we've been talking about it with different family members and friends for a while. Social Security benefits. When should you apply for your Social Security benefits? Now, first of all, the Social Security Administration handles different type of benefits. They handle retirement benefits, disability benefits, survivor benefits, Medicare. So the Social Security Administration handle more than just the retirement piece. But today we're talking about just the retirement piece. When should you apply for withdrawing your benefits? Now, the system says start age 62,
Right?
but
That's
that's
the
the
earliest.
earliest,
Right.
right? That's the earliest you can get it. But a lot of people tend to wait because they want to maximize how much they get monthly. And that's what I want to talk about.
Right.
What should you do? Get it at 62 or wait till you're 67 or wait till you're 70? What should you do?
So 62, you lose about 30% of FRA means full retirement age. So at the full retirement age, and it's changing to 2025, the full retirement age, they added a few months. Like 8 months when you turn 66 and some 66 and 10 months. They changed the rule in 2025. So you have a few more months before you get to FRA, full retirement age. So, and you lose about 30% total if you take it at full retirement age. But you also can gain 30% if you wait to 70. So, percentages, great. You know the numbers, right? But inside those numbers, this is what this means. We're going to start it off. Robert, you got to pull me back in because I know I'm going to be all over the place tonight because this is a topic that I'm just, hits the home. And because I hear about it so many times, people making decisions and they don't even think about the consequences or maybe the positive things. They just do it because for a reason why they're doing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I go off rabbit hole, just pull me back in, please,
Okay.
because it's probably going to happen. Okay, so as I was saying, that number is important to you because it's the percentages look one way, but it's actually the dollar amount that you want to focus on, and it can make a big difference in why you should take your money earlier versus why you should wait for it. There are several reasons why. Before we go down into the numbers, let me just tell you about some of the reasons why people take it early versus late. Now, believe it or not, more people take it earlier than later. Even people who are well off, right? One of the reasons being because they say it's my money and I want it as soon as possible. They don't need it, but it just adds to what they have on top of it. Another reason why people take it early is because of health reasons, right? I'm not doing very well. I need the money now, right? So while some people take it later, I have a job. I'm gonna continue to work into my 70s. So there's no reason to take Social Security earlier because it's a 2 for 1. It's $2 over every certain amount that you make. So they say I'm gonna pause my Social Security and continue to work till I'm 70. But if you're fully retired, working no job, not you're collecting less than the required amount by the federal agency, then you're looking at that. This is outside of you continuing to work, outside of you making more money, outside delaying the decisions. We're gonna look at the pure aspect of how much money you can gain or lose as far as why you taking this right here money. So I'm gonna dive
Okay,
into
wait.
Go ahead.
Let me clear up something.
Hmm.
What he said about continuing to work, what happens is if you draw your Social Security and you continue to work, you
Hmm.
can only make so much money
Right.
and draw your Social Security. When
Right.
you go over that allotment of what they say you can make while withdrawing your Social Security, then
Right.
you start losing money.
Right.
So that's what he was saying, that if you work until you 70 and you're good, you don't need to touch it, then
Right.
don't touch it.
Yeah.
But if you are going to touch it and continue to work,
Right.
know the threshold of how much I can make without being penalized.
Right. So I'm looking at some old data, right? So I can give you more accurate numbers if I probably pull them up. So 3 or 4 years ago, the maximum amount you can make was $18,240. So for every $2 you earn over there, Social Security benefits, you reduce it by $1. So that's what you should be referring to. So let's dive into those numbers, right? So I'm gonna take some very easy numbers so you can kind of like maybe do your math on your own. So Robin, let's say you turn 62 and you say, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and start drawing my Social Security. And you go to SSA.gov and you look at your numbers. You say, okay, I'm gonna be drawing $1,000 a month, right? And you say, you know what,
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead and take that money every month. Now here I am. Now we'll call you Robin because that's your real name, and we're gonna call the other person Jane. So now Jane is 66, and she's about to turn 67, but she decided to wait. Now, you guys, let's say make the let's not use Jane. Let's use you, the same person. So I'm back up a little bit. Let's use you. So you at 62 is $1,000. If you go to the SSA.gov website, there's a slide rule there that can tell you how much you make whenever you decide to start drawing your money. If you want to say how much you draw at 64, you slide the ruler over, it's going to tell you you'll make $1,200. So it's a good thing to go online and use that slide rule to figure out when is the best time you want to retire as far as how much you want to make per month, right? So Robin, 62 years of age, you making $1,000 a month. But let's say, Robin, you decide to wait till you're 67. Your benefits are now $1,500 a month.
Mhm.
So knowing that, right? If you start drawing your money off every single month, $1,000 a month for the first 12 months, you're gonna make $12,000 for the whole year, right?
Mhm.
If you wait till you're 67, while you're 62, how much money you gonna draw off if you wait that first year, the first 12 months? How much you gonna draw off then?
None, because you're not.
Exactly. So now you at $12,000 versus 67, you at zero. Now you're gonna wait 5 whole years. So each year you're making $12,000, not to include cost of living allowances, COLA, because you get a percent every month. It goes up. So for this exercise, we're gonna just use $1,200 for every month for the sake of this exercise, right? So within 5 years, you have made $60,000 between 62 and 67, right?
Mhm.
So now at 67, let's say if you would have waited, what are the benefits from you waiting? Well, you're gonna make $1,500 a month. It's more than $1,000, about 500. But here's what I tell people: you gotta decide. A lot of people say, "Oh, I'm only losing $500." No, you're only losing $500 as far as what you would have gained, but you've lost $60,000 because you didn't collect any of the first $1,200, $1,000 a month.
So, in other words, to get $500 a month more, you just didn't you forwent the
sixty
$60,000
thousand dollars,
$1,000,
right?
$1,000 a month for a year, 12,000 times 62 to 67, five
Right,
years,
right,
$60,000. So
right.
you didn't collect $60,000 all to
Because
get
you
that
wanted to
extra
get
hundred,
five.
$500 a month.
Right. And see, look, this is what I would say. What could you have done with those $6,000? Maybe you could invest it. It's called opportunity. I think the word is called opportunity cost, which means by this is that by you taking that $60,000, you could put in the tax in the market. You can go on a trip. You can give it to your grandkids. You can do so much in 5 years. But there's $60,000 you have to work with. Now, here's the trick, Rob. With that $1,500 a month, you will gross $18,000 a year. You're like, okay, 12,000, 18,000. That's pretty good. I don't make $6,000 more than you make every year. But there's a catch. There is a point, they call it a break even point. What does break even point means? It means if you start collecting money, Robin Sears, at 62, Robin, at 62, and you get $1,000 a month, and then someone waits to 67, collecting $15 a month, they would not break even to what you make, which is $216,000, until they turn 78. So from 67 to 78, it's going to take you those 11 years when you start collecting, but you really have wasted 16 years, 18 years. You know why? 16 years. You know why? Because you didn't collect a cent until you turn 67, which means from 62 to 78, 16 years. That's when you get your first dollar, your break-even dollar. So at 79, you'll start making the makeup money from when you didn't take it at 62. So yes, you'll be making more money at 66, at 67, at 68, 69, 75, 77, 78. But you have not overcome what you lost in your first 5 years until you turn 78. So you got to ask yourself, do I need that money now? Do I want that money now? Do I have health concerns? What can I do with this money? I'm going to tell you, it is your decision. But I always say, look at the numbers and see what fits you best. Here's why. Social Security makes up about 40% of your total household income. That's 40% if you're living below your means or at your means. If you're living way above your means, it may be less than that. Here's why. I always tell people, can you live at 67 the way you're living now? What does that mean? Is your house going to be paid off? Is your car going to be paid off? What does your lifestyle, what do you want your lifestyle to look like when you turn 62 or 67? That may be the determining factor. If you say, wow, right now, all my bills, including my house, because my house will be paid off until I'm 78 anyway, it's about $4,000. And now you're getting a paycheck for Social Security for like, let's say $1,200 or $1,500. You're still way short. So, are you going to go broke for 5 more years, until you make up the difference of $4,000? Or are you going to go back to work and get a second job to make up the difference? So a lot of those decisions come into play or when you decide to take that money. But also what's important is that what you're doing with your money now, well before you turn 62, because you got to start doing 401ks, 403bs, IRAs, something to make up that money, because you cannot live off of Social Security alone. It was not meant for that. It was meant to offset other things
Right.
that you have going.
Right, right. And I want to make sure people understand to withdraw Social Security benefits, you have to have at least worked and put into the system 10 years, at least 10 years of working and paying into the Social Security Administration to be eligible to withdraw from the
Right.
Social Security Administration. So don't think that, I'm not working and I've only worked
Yeah.
1 year in my life that I'm gonna get Social Security. You're not,
Yeah. You're right.
because you have to work at least 10 years. And when they pull
Scores.
that money out of your paycheck, it goes to credits toward to you that later on you can withdraw.
Yeah.
So just remember, at least 10 years you
Yeah.
have to be working to benefit from Social Security.
So here's some claim early versus claim late comparison, right? You want to claim it early if your health is poor. You claim it late if you expected a long retirement. Like, I'm going to live till I'm 102. All right. You claim it early if you want or you need to stop working. Got to stop working, got to claim it early, right? You claim it late if you have other income already. Notice the other income, which means I may have a job. I may have money coming in from somebody left me a trust. I may have me a pension plan. I may have something that I may not need that money right now. Now, just talk to a good friend. And she decided to delay her Social Security because she has other sources of income. So she wanted to maximize her Social Security. So she waited, 5 more years. Now she's only going to gross about $300, $400 a month. So you can ask yourself, yeah, that's cool, $300 more a month, but what could you have done with that money minus $300 for the first 5 years? That's that's
Right.
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
There are conditions of why you take it early, and there are conditions why you want to take it late. I think AARP has an excellent website. They have the payment calculator on there as far as taking it early, taking it late. There's a lot of information on the website. I think you really need to go out and look and use the calculator to help you understand the benefits for you. But it really boils down to each individual personal understanding of why, and also oh, how healthy you are or your finances. So you really gotta just sit down. Now I will tell you this one thing: most financial advisors are gonna say, "Wait, why?" Because they want you to maximize your money to the FRA for retirement age. They want you to have more, just more. But you also gotta look at what does that more give me, or what have I lost by getting that more? That's what I'm saying. You gotta have that conversation with your mate or your partner, or if you're single, talk to somebody to say, what are my options and what am I looking at? Look at the websites, and figure out what works for you. To me, there is no right or wrong answer. There's only a right or wrong situation, which means
Right.
whatever
Right.
situation that fits you makes it right for you when you decide. Now, here's the thing about Social Security. I think everyone knows. Once you decide to take it, that's it. That number will never change. It will only change for cost of living allowances. And you can say, oh, you know what? I'm gonna wait 5 more months. You can't. Once you start it, that's it. That's your number. That's your number. They ain't no, I'm gonna take it for a year. Oh man, I'm gonna go ahead and stop it for 6 months so I can get more. That's it. You can't start, stop. So I would love that. We all would do that, but you can't do that.
Right. Right.
So
And
go ahead.
and you're making very valid points because you need to understand at 62, you are taking a gamble that your quality of life is going to be
Oh, forever.
amazing at 67. So you waiting at 5 years for $500 more. So you're gonna leave $60,000 on the table
Mm-hmm.
so I can get an additional $500 a month. And you're missing out on quality of life. You could be out enjoying your
Grandkids.
grandkids, taking trips, taking care of loved ones, being available for your elderly parents and uncles and
Invested.
aunts. That
You
you can invest it. You can. I mean, you have to really weigh your options because we know someone right now that they're waiting to get an additional maybe
100 bucks.
100 bucks a month, and so they continuing to work where and they have family members that need
Need
their
them.
elderly need have elderly family members that need their support and help, and guess what, they're not there to support and help them because they want to work, continue working until they can get that additional $100 a month. So you missed out on that quality time with your loved ones. You missed out on quality time with your being a blessing to someone else.
Yeah.
So you really have to weigh your options.
Let me throw something else out here. I know I talked about opportunity cost. Opportunity cost
Hmm.
basically means taking that money and investing it, turning it back over. So every month, let's say, uh, I'm going to wait because I'm going to take that money and take it, but I'm going to invest all 1,200, or all $1,000, or let's just say 850 or 500. I at least have invested $30,000 over the 5 years and spent the other $30,000. So now I have $30,000 in some kind of investment fund that's going to turn around some money for me. So my
Hmm.
loss at 67 may not be as great as you think, but I also have used $30,000 in the interim. So there's
Right.
different ways to look at this whole picture. I'm just saying, look at your situation and make the
And
best
don't
decision for you.
right. And don't only look at, oh, I want to wait because I want $500 more a month.
It ain't it's
Don't do that because
right.
that's tunnel vision. You're only thinking
Yep.
of one thing,
Yep. The
and
five
that's
hundred
that's
bucks. And
yeah.
that's
And
not
and
that's not the
and
way.
and you just left all this money. And you know what? I've looked at a lot of websites, and if you go out there, listeners, and you do your research, a lot of the websites suggest you wait. You know why? Because they don't want everybody taking their money out. Because the system wouldn't continue to be able to work. However, it's your money. You paid into the system.
Yep.
So every article that I've read, everything that I saw was saying wait to 67. Every last one of them.
Mhm.
No one said what you're leaving on the table if you wait to
Yeah.
67. Shoot, you could be have a debilitating illness and you can't even enjoy it now. You
Mhm.
wasted that time working, and now you 67 and you can't even go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
You can't even enjoy it.
There's a lot. There's a lot of pros and cons, and
Yeah.
I think this topic will go on forever as far as what is best. What is best? I don't like going to websites saying just take it early. I like going to websites and saying here's why you should take it early. Here's why you should wait. Here's why you should wait to
Right.
70.
Right.
I like
Right.
somebody to give me the benefits, the pros
Options.
and cons to
Right.
both.
Right.
Don't just sit
Right.
down with somebody and say, then you gonna say, what's you go to advisor, what should I do? If you go to a financial advisor and they say you should wait, before they look at your whole situation, then you need to run. Because they
Right.
need to say, what do you have? They should be able to look at your numbers, get all your information, and then help you decide. If they just
Yes.
say wait before they look at anything, leave. Here's
Right. Because
why.
they not
Because they're
they
not
not
looking at
giving
you.
you right.
Yeah, you said it.
Yeah.
I cut you
They
off.
not custom. They not customizing
Right,
your financial portfolio to
right,
what you need, what you foresee.
right.
They
Yeah.
just giving a blanket statement. Now
Amen.
I found something. This is key to give you another picture that if you were born 1960 and earlier, at the age of 62, you only get 70%. And you're like,
Right.
oh, then
Yeah.
age 65, you get age 63, you get 75%.
Right.
Age 64, you get 80. Age 65, you get 87. Age 66, 93. And this is percentages. And age 67 is when you get 100% of your benefits. So all those numbers, 70, 75, 80, 87, 93, and 100, those were percentages of your benefits.
Yeah.
So the longer you wait, you get more percentages. However, you're leaving money on the table. So you have to really figure that thing out.
Yeah.
You really have to
It,
weigh your options.
it's not an easy decision, but it's a decision that you should make based off of, I'm going to keep saying, your situation. Simple as
Now
that.
look. They even this is how these websites are. I have a graphic even saying if you're born 1960 and earlier, if you at 67, you'll get 100%. Look, they even go to 70.
Right.
68, you'll get 108%.
Right.
69, you'll get 116%. 70, you'll get 124%. And you be like, oh, I'm gonna wait to 70. Then how you gonna enjoy that money? Because you don't know how your health is gonna hold out for you to be able to enjoy that money at 70.
And look, let me tell you something. And not only that, if you wait to 70, the break even number from 60 to you 70 is more than 18 years. I think it's I haven't done the calculations, but I know it's more than 25 years for you to break even. So 25 years from 70 leaves you at 95. I'm hoping you're gonna be able to move around at 95 like you are when you were 62. You see, it's all about
Yeah.
the quality of life. I get more
Right.
money for who?
Right.
What you gonna do with it? Sit around and just be weird that you got all this money and can't go nowhere? Man, look, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Me and my wife, we talk about what we're gonna do. We're gonna cash out.
Yeah. Yeah.
We cashing
Because
out.
look, you can bless your grandkids, give them, good head start in life.
Yep.
You can bless your family members. You can be available for your elderly parents or elderly
Yep.
family members. Just
Yep.
even if it's just to spend quality time with them, go sit with them instead of working a job.
Yeah, it's gonna
You've
pay
worked
off.
all your life. You worked all your life, and instead of taking advantage of this,
So
you continue to work more.
here's what I suggest you do, just to start things off. Look at your finances now. Now I ain't talking about food. I'm just talking about purely just bills. Because you eventually find out how to eat and all that. I'm just talking about purely bills. Your phone bill, will it be the same? Will you have your car payment? Will you have a house payment? Look at your living status now, right? and then go to your Social Security thing, plug that number in, and then plug in anything else you may get for retirement, 401k, pension, 403b, whatever, and then see if that number lines up at least close to what you need to survive. Because that's going to be one of your measurements you're going to need to see, oh my gosh, my bills are $4,000 a month. Oh my gosh, I'm only at 3,000. I'm 1,000 short. Oh, then I need to keep working till I'm 67, which means you would not collect that money at 62 because you still continue to work because you're going to need more money. And in the meantime, you can put more money into your 401k to make a difference. You can't go into retirement with a deficit.
Right.
You just
Right.
can't. It's crazy. You can go to retirement and you have to go right back to work. Then if you got a good job, why not just stay there and continue to work? That's what I'm
Right.
saying. People
And
say,
also,
it's just crazy.
yeah, and also you have to understand too the value of the money at 62 is not going to be, say it's $1,000 a month at
Yeah.
62, but
Yeah.
at 67 is 1,500. But that $1,500 is still not worth $1,500 because the
Right.
cost of living has gone up so high. Guess what? It's
Right.
only worth $1,000
Yep. And
because
actually,
everything we buy is going up and up and up
right.
and up.
So the cost of living allowance, COLA, they call it COLA, it has not kept up with the cost of living increases. So let's just say every year, I think it was 3.24 last year, and I think it's 2.4 this year as far as the cost of living allowances for Social Security, right? So, but the inflation has gone up. Let's say, let me just give you a number. Let's say 6%. If you're only getting 2.4% or 3.24%, you're already below what it is requires to keep up with inflation. So this is why you need a bigger offset. This is why you can't just say Social Security is it for me. Woo! You're not gonna make it very far. You may if you got like 10 people in the same household get Social Security. You got 10 bedrooms, you may make it, and you all share responsibilities. But if you by yourself or you with a partner, if you don't have a plan in place before you get to this point, you're gonna fail.
Hmm.
You're gonna fail. I'm sorry, I get excited. I was talking about, I guess because we getting close to that age. I'm
Yeah.
looking at stuff.
And
I'm looking at stuff.
And also, it's something that Elroy, when he speak to the men, he's in charge of the men's ministry at our church. And when he speak to them, he had a session with the men at the church, and he asked them, when can you retire? And everybody gave the government age
Yeah,
62, 67, and he said no, you can retire when you want to. If you prepare and saved up the money and invested, you can retire anytime you want to. I have friends that sacrifice in their 20s and their 30s. By the time they were in their mid 40s,
they done,
early 50s, they could retire
done. Yep.
because they invested and they managed their money well, and they did the right things that by 50 early 50s they could retire.
Here's
So
something.
you don't have to retire at 62 if you're
Right.
managing your money well.
I love asking that question because they be like 62, and I would say no. They're like what's the number? I was like there ain't a number. They're like what are you talking? The audience get so baffled when I say that because we're brainwashed. We're taught the work towards 62. And I would say, is this your only source of income? And I say, if you tell me yeah, I'm gonna punch you. So they don't answer. So that's the answer.
You don't threaten her.
They were like, well, I'm not gonna get answering because I don't want to get punched. So I'm gonna punch you. You tell this is your only source of income. But you know what I always say? Look, let's say you have grandkids, right? And you say you're gonna, and you don't need the money. They say a lot of people that take the money don't really need it, especially when it comes to wealthy people. But they take it because they take and turn around and give it to the grandkids for college. So they start a 401, 529 plan or something that they want to make sure take their grandkids to Disney. Because they're like, well, I'm not gonna touch my income, but this little money from Social Security is going to help me out. I call it little because once again, it's only 40% of your total household income, and it's much lower if your debt is larger, right?
Right, right.
And I have been telling Robin, this is what we need, to have a greater life. We would be great what we have now, but if we can get rid of this right here, which is the house payment, man, that's just extra money coming in our pocket. So what am I thinking about? I'm thinking about my kids. What can I do for them with that money I'm taking in advance. What can I turn over to them? What can I teach them? How can I invest in them? A house down payment, invest into their kids, the grandkids. Hey, send your grandkids so grandma and granddad are going to take them to Disney World. I can do it at 62 better than I can do it at 78. 78, they can be pushing me around in a wheelchair, in a stroller. you know. But I'm just saying, be wise, jot down what you need, take note of things, not when you turn 62, but now. And if you're at 62, still take it down. It's important for you to take time to take an assessment of where you are
Right.
in life. So I don't want to be drag this on longer because I can just, oof, I tell you. So any last words, Robin?
No, just do your homework, do your research, talk to professional advisors, and really make a conscious decision on how you're
Yep,
going to do that.
yep, yep. Okay, so here we go. Our podcast can be found on our website if you don't want to download none of the apps. It's at giftedgenerations-llc.com/podcast. But if you want to download all those different apps, Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, we can be found at Finance 101. There's a space between Finance and 101 also. Our Twitter handle is at GiftedGen2019. We're also on Instagram. You can find us at gif.gen, G-N. And of course, YouTube, you can find us at Gifted Generation LLC. So continue to support us. I know you guys are downloading some of the old versions of stuff. My wife, she sometimes circulate things every other week, and it's great information because certain things hit us. We're like, well, we need to replay this, or we hear a topic or someone's talking about stuff. We'll say, let's replay this right here because the theme of the day is this right here. The theme of what we're hearing in the atmosphere is these things. So we listen to what's been said, and my wife then go back and replay some of the things that we've already spoke on. So, but there's so many out there. I gotta say, just listen to the one we got downloaded now. If you want to peruse what we got, take your time and look through our old ones. We have so many out there that you would definitely can gain insight from this from. All right, Robin, you can have the last word. I think I said enough.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining us, and I truly appreciate you. And be blessed and stay safe. Take care.
All right, take care. Appreciate you.
Well, thank you for tuning in to our podcast, Financeology 101. I hope you enjoyed this session and the information provided will assist you on your financial journey. Until next time, be financially engaged.